Hello and welcome back to Daily Dose of Egyptian. Today we continue on with the tale of the Shipwrecked Sailor, columns 49 to 50. We begin. Kau im chena nekut, shespet mi iretes. So we continue on with this listing of goods present in the garden with, and there were, in parentheses or something, unripened figs there with ripened ones. The two different words for figs here, cow and nekut, denote two different stages of growth with figs. The first, nekut, are unripened, sort of raw figs, whereas the second kind are the treated figs, or notched figs, which are only possible to come about through manual labor by physically taking a tool and notching the figs to allow them to ripen. And so the use of this word already implies to the reader that the sailor here is not alone. And this will be confirmed by and complemented by the following clause. And melons, like they had been worked or tended to or something like that. So iretes here, or rather more fully, ir2s, is some sort of passive. Clearly it's not the passive Siclen F, and the most common use of this to passive is the subjunctive Siclen F, but obviously through the context that doesn't work either. And so thus this shows us that we have a perfective Siclen F, which is quite rare in Middle Egyptian but still occurs. And this denotes just the very simple past as compared to the Siclen F, which denotes the completed past rather than the simple past. And the reason why I think the text here uses the Siclen 2F of the perfective instead of the passive Siclen F is because of the nuance and meaning of this tu, because it literally means one. So rather we have, and melons, like one had worked them, literally. And so you can choose what kind of nuance you want in your translation. That is, whether or not to emphasize an outside actor acting on these melons. The only other thing to comment on here is that I've been using them for the melons, despite the fact that the Egyptian clearly uses s, the third person singular feminine pronoun. And that's because shespet, like all the rest of these nouns, are so-called collective nouns. So despite being grammatically singular, as a noun it refers to a plurality, because it's one group of something, if that makes sense.